Echo of stories that ignite a fire inside.
Welcome to another edition of Echoes of Wellington, and I'm really excited about the guest I have with me today. I'm sure that our conversation is going to be very insightful as usual. Thank you so much for all the followership, subscriptions, and all the support and the comments and the acceptance as well of our content. Like I would always say, kindly subscribe to, if you've not, to this channel and help share the content. This is meant for immigrant community here in the diaspora, and even people in other parts of the world. There are always one or two things that we get to learn from our conversations. Some of the immigrant experiences we get to share on this platform are things that are not peculiar to one person, but are generic experience most times. And so we get to throw light into what we think about some of these issues, and we trust that people get to learn from it. So I'd like to welcome you to this episode, and I hope you will enjoy the conversation. Like, the comment, we want to see your comments because it tells us how well we're doing. Right, so today my guest is, I'm really excited about my guest today because I met him some years ago online when I just came to Canada. I met him online, and in fact, I fell in love with his personality online, and then I had to move from one city to another. And then when I got to this other new city, I was at the gym one day and I saw him. And I'm like, whoa, this is the guy, this is the guy I used to see online. And then we struck a conversation, and then it's been good knowing him. And I know that his wealth of experience that I will share with us today is going to be very useful to some of us. So I'd like to welcome to this chat with me, Mr. Uche. Mr. Uche. I used to know him as Chinagorom.
Yeah,
Chinagorom. That's a middle name. I know on that platform that we met online, I used to know him as Chinagorom, and he was one of the funniest lecturers we had on that platform. So you're welcome. Really good to have you here. Good to have you on this chat with me. And thank you so much for agreeing to come and share with us from your wealth of experience. Because usually when we share some of our experiences, we don't just want to talk about our lived experience as immigrants in the diaspora, maybe share our personal stories, even though that is the core and that's a valuable thing to share. But especially when we have people who have expertise in certain areas, we like to also throw light into their area of strength and their expertise. They get to tell us one or two things that we need to know. And so that's why we have you today. So I know that your background is IT.
yes.
Your background is IT, and I met you online because I joined a certain platform to do some quick 30 days, 3 months data analytics certification program. Of course, from Nigeria, I'm an accountant, a chartered accountant, but I was also looking at the opportunities in the IT space and see if I could easily maybe move to that direction. And so I had to do a 3 months course, which you were one of the lecturers. But I'm still an accountant. I eventually have not ported yet to IT. And I don't even know now if some of those things I learned those period, if they are still fresh in my head. But I'm an accountant now, and I think I'm climbing gradually in that area. So that was where I met you. So we're going to be talking a bit more about IT in the course of this conversation. But before we do that, let's just get to meet you briefly. Let's know about your journey from Nigeria to this place. I know that you moved from Nigeria to South Africa, and then from South Africa to Canada. So tell us, what's been making you move around like this? What's happening?
Yeah, Wellington. Yeah, it's my pleasure to join me on this, to just share some of these experiences.
Yeah.
Yes, I left Nigeria in 2001. I actually had my first degree in biochemistry.
Right.
Already in Abia State University. But in Nigeria, I was into making clothes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had a company that is called Api Stitches. I was making clothes.
Nice.
Then I envisaged a situation where I was just gonna sit on a table and be able to see all my data, all my sales, and everything about it.
Right.
It was just a dream.
Right.
I didn't know anything about computing. I didn't know
Right.
whatever. So that was what took me to South Africa. I just said, you know what? There were two good countries then that people were talking about IT, was South Africa and Australia.
Mm-hmm.
South Africa was for me a lower hanging fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was how I went to South Africa, and I got there. I started doing IT. I actually remember that I paid somebody 30 bucks, 30 rands to actually help me connect the computer, the cable, because I didn't even know how. I didn't know how I was gonna connect it.
Yeah.
So and that got me started.
So you went to school?
No, I did Microsoft certification at first before I went to go do computer science. So
Right.
I started Microsoft certification. Then it was MCSD, Microsoft Certified Solution Developer. Then I bought the books. I attended courses.
Right.
And then I started reading it, and later became passed my SQL exams. That was in early 2002, and then did Microsoft did Visual Basic Programming. So I think by 1 year after, I was a Microsoft Certified Solution Developer in the SA. So that was how I started, and then my first job was I started lecturing IT. I started lecturing SQL and all of that. I lectured in a lot of places in South Africa: Damlin, Boston College, CTU. I was training sometimes for some Microsoft programs and all of that. So I did it quite a while. And then luckily, one of my students called me to ask a solution for a problem. And I told her the solution. And then she now told me, and I told her, I want to stop lecturing. I want to go into the industry. And she just said, wow, we'll have a position in our office. She called her boss. I sent in my CV by 11. By 2 in the afternoon, I had an interview appointment for the next day. By the next day, I had the job. And that was how I got into to become a Microsoft DBA, a junior DBA. And then that company was Mabuye Financial Services. It was in Randburg, it was in Johannesburg. I did it for a while. I think by 2006, one company called my boss wanting him to move. And my boss and I just said he had just moved to Nedbank. And then he now asked me if I wanted to move. I said yes. And then I got an interview with a consulting company. It was IDS, Information Delivery Services, consulting for Absa Bank. So that was how I got a job. And I moved and I joined Absa Bank. So since then, that has been my journey in SA.
Right.
And then...
So why did you decide to leave SA to come to Canada?
I stayed in South Africa from 2001. I finally left to Canada in 2022. So I stayed in SA for about 21 years. You know, for me, SA was a home.
Wow.
But then there was this xenophobic riots that came in. We used to come to Canada and go back, US and go back. But when the xenophobic riot happened, the last one was in 2019.
Right.
That was when I just said, you know what?
This place is not...
It's no longer a nice place. And even if we have survived, I was thinking about my kids and all of that. So, yeah. And that was how we came. My wife came here to do her master's. To do her master's in nursing with University of Alberta. And then I still did not want to leave, but they say happy wife, happy home.
Yeah, very
So,
important.
yeah,
Very important.
And finally, I came here I got my work permit from SA.
Right.
I actually resigned from my job in the SA in Canada here. I just
You came here while you were still working.
I was
and
still
then,
working remotely, and then and I resigned, and then that's where we are.
Yeah, the xenophobic stuff in South Africa was it's always something that's unfortunately so. So how were you able to, with your South Africa experience coming to Canada, how easy was it for you to to fit into the IT system, the space here in Canada?
Yeah, a couple of my friends always say I'm one of the very lucky people that integrated so easily.
Yeah.
I actually stayed 3 weeks without a job in Canada. So I was working remotely. I had an interview with CIBC Bank, and then they wanted me to join. Their notice period is always 2 weeks.
Right.
South Africa was 1 month. So they wanted somebody to join almost immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
And now resigned from South Africa, only for me to attend the last interview. And the manager now said that they had somebody with a Canadian experience. Meanwhile, I have resigned in the SA. Can you imagine? So it really wasn't funny. So yes, I didn't get the job and I have resigned. But then I just continued to apply, and then 3 weeks later, I got another job with Santander Bank, which is a Spanish bank that has a presence in South Africa, in Canada here.
That's going to be a pointer to some of the things we'll be talking about. It looks as though the IT field is, what's the word now? It's like the cash cow here in Canada, the IT field. Everybody keeps talking about IT, maybe health, nursing. There are some part that people feel it's easy. There are a lot of jobs. There are thousands of jobs, so it's easy to just move. So we're going to be, talking about how true that is as per IT. So, but my question I'd like to ask is, if somebody is coming in from Africa with IT experience from Africa, what are some of those things you think the person needs to do to easily get an IT job here in Canada?
Yeah, South Africa and the rest of, and I don't know the rest of Africa, I know Nigeria.
Yeah.
South Africa IT is there's no different from what you have here.
Okay.
You understand, you get in the first day and you run with things.
Right.
So South Africa is Europe in Africa. So like
it's
my bank there was owned by Barclays.
Yeah.
So it was the same thing I did when I was in South African bank. I dealt with transactions, I dealt with customer value profitability, activity-based costing. So I performed their ETL, extract the data, transform it, load it, balance it, do some other reporting and all of that.
Right.
So when I came in here, and I think that was one of the things that I had under the interview, when my boss now asked me questions, we talked about data.
Yeah.
So immediately after the interview, he just told me, the HR told me, if we hire you, you're going to be on the 3rd floor. I said, by the next morning, I had my offer letter. You understand? And
so it was that fast.
And that was that fast.
Yeah.
So from my experience from the other African, from Nigeria, and a few of them that came to SA, and they tell me that they are into IT, they don't really have hands-on experience.
Right.
You understand? Like in SA, you did the programming, you did the core thing.
Right.
But I just found out like a few guys I knew that came from Nigeria to SA, studied computer science, and when they come in and they tell you, you ask them, do you know any of the databases. Some, they will say they know it, but like you just said, you know what's a stop procedure, what's a view. They have no idea, and these are things
Basic.
basic that you need to do every day job. So when you don't have that experience, if you come in here and you sit in an interview, once I ask you for something, I will know your level of experience.
Right.
So, but if you have those experiences, then you can easily fit in. But if you don't have it, then that's when you struggle. But from people that came from SA that were into IT,
it was easy.
It was a whole lot to get it.
Right. Okay, cool. So there's this, I think one of the core of this conversation is just for us to throw light into this rave. There's this rave or this hype, for IT related jobs. Cybersecurity, for example, is a huge hype where you would find people, some IT gurus online would tell people that, will be telling us immigrants that, even if you do not have, if you have zero IT experience, come and register or come and join a 90 days challenge or 60 days. And we would set you up to be able to take on an IT role that will earn you 6 figures from the beginning. And you would just coast into that role without any stress. 95 max is 90 days. And they are everywhere. And, they get to, a lot of people rush. So people who want to switch career, or people who are just new immigrants, and they feel they get crashed. I'm like, okay, for me to do my job as an accountant, first of all, I need to study accounting for 4 years on campus. Yeah. And then before I will even say, I'm a chartered accountant, I'm a professional, especially here in Canada, to have certain roles, you need to have CPA. CPA is not beans. It's not a walk in the park. To have CPA, you would study and study and study. In fact, when you have ICANN from Nigeria, you come here, before now, you need to go back to a certain level to start writing CPA exams. But now, you can challenge the final stage. So they don't even accept some, like a Nigerian ICANN here. So I'm just telling you how tight it is to say, I am now a chartered accountant. But IT, they are telling us 90 days. I'm like, if it's that easy, maybe I should switch. And in 90 days, I'll be ready to have a 6-figure job as an IT. So what do you think about that mindset? Is it true that somebody who knows jack about IT, now so the thing cheap, like you people's IT?
Okay, I know I did train people.
Yeah.
And they were being marketed on it 90 days. And to be honest and sincere, it's not possible. The people marketing you, you're just there. They're making money from you. You are the market, and not really the job. You understand? It's marketing,
right?
Because I noticed when I trained people, and I'm given a time frame to do the training, I want to put in a whole lot of information there because I'm in the industry. But you find out that you have resistance from probably people that market it to just say, it's too much.
Right.
You understand? They don't want people to learn the hard stuff.
Right.
They don't
in
want
the course of that.
They don't want them to be scared. You understand? So they just market it and they want you to give them the easy ones. But the easy ones who don't crack you on the industry.
Right.
I'm not going to hire you. There's no way you're going to learn data analytics in 90 days. Except you've done a degree in computer science. You understand? You've played around with all of these technologies. You understand that we can now say, okay, after 90 days, you have enough basic, you understand, to now explore a lot more. But you coming without an IT background to tell you you're going to learn data analytics for 90 days. you are the market.
You are the does this apply to cybersecurity too? Like, is there a big difference?
I wouldn't say a lot about
Cybersecurity.
cybersecurity.
Right.
I can say for my area of field,
Right.
data analytics,
Yeah.
which I've seen some market it as a 90-day
As a 90-day course, yes.
You can crack it. You can crack it. You understand? To teach you SQL alone enough that you're going to understand and be able to fully function without an IT experience. It takes quite some time then. And when you talk about data analytics, you're talking about Power BI, you're talking about Python, you're talking about advanced Excel, you're talking about SQL.
Right.
It's not, it can only give you an introductory to all of these courses. You understand that if you now decide to advance on them, it's going to take you quite a while. You understand? But the 90 days is over exaggerated for you to be ready for. Even when you get it,
yeah, you will struggle.
With a 1 year, 2 years experience, you don't even hit the 6-figure salaries.
That's the next question I wanted to. That's what I wanted to ask. Like I don't understand. Like, how do you without it? Because if that's how it works, I know one or two persons who, while in Africa or Nigeria, never had any business with IT. So they come in here and then they run through this program. They help them tailor their CV, and then this person lands a job and he's almost dying on the job.
You're gonna freak.
The stress, the pressure, because you're going to be working with some other young chap who have been here and they have the skill.
Have a skill.
Not necessarily BSc holder, but they have the skill. And they work very fast. They just move and you are struggling. So I have a friend that told me he doesn't even sleep in the night because he needs to prepare himself. He needs, for the next day. Do you get what I mean? So,
and you're gonna panic. It's just gonna be, if you do that. I did had a friend, was into IT though, and then got a job, not in Canada, but in South Africa. He goes to work every day. He is praying for the days to run for weekend, and he brings the whole job to my house to actually help him solve this problem so that by Monday
he will have something
to say.
Yeah.
But if you get in like that, I don't know, but most jobs here, they have 3 months probation. After 3 months, your boss will now be able to say whether we're going to confirm
best fit or not.
You are going to confirm. But I don't think you'll be able, if you don't. I teach them in class, people that don't have experience, and which a couple of times I have raised this to just say, you can't bring these people to this class. They need to, first of all, learn Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, just the basics.
The basics, yeah.
You understand? It's, if you are probably a graduate in mathematics, in statistics, you've studied, you understand, on those technical things, engineering, your concept of understanding some of this might be a whole lot easier. But if you're coming from humanities, it's now a different ballgame.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you've read engineering and you have passion to go do the job, maths, statistics, physics.
Yeah, all those technological stuff.
Core things. Yes, because of your first degree experience, you understand your way of grasping concepts.
The grooming, the discipline, and all of that.
All of that. Then, but not 9 months. Not 90 days.
Not 90 days.
Not 90 days. You're going to get there.
So I think that's one of the essence of this kind of conversation, so that because we, when our viewers, people get to watch, they actually get to, and again, maybe I should say this, that this is speaking from your experience, right? So another person might be sending a 90 days course and maybe getting the results. Well, I don't know how that is possible or how they do it, right? But objectively speaking, from an IT space, and then the 6 figures. I mean, this is Canada. We're all
Easy it is to get it. The thing is, I have been in training.
Yeah.
I've been training IT courses for like.
So you train data analytics. Do you train BAs?
No, I don't train BAs. I started training in South Africa.
Right.
So I've had like 18 years experience.
Yeah.
Training.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not something I've just only done once.
Right.
I teach SQL. Those days, I can teach the big book for like a week. They pack it in a week, but by the end of the week, my learners, their head pounds. You understand? Yeah. And just say 90 days is enough to give you an introduction.
An introduction.
6 figures. Not a chance.
Within 90 days.
Not a chance.
How do you, because at 6 figure, first of all, 6 figure, you are looking at senior, whether it is data analytics, it's senior data analyst or senior BA or senior, if it's cyber, whatever it is. And at senior level, you have juniors that are going to be working under
you.
So how do you want to use a 90 days experience, knowledge to operate at that level? You get what I mean? So, for me, really, I think immigrant people should just be careful.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we have a lot of people out there who are, like I tell people, this place is like a jungle. If you're not careful, you fall into the wrong hands. People will just throw things at you, jump at this, jump at that, ask questions. Is this thing too good to be true? And so let people not fall victim. I know a lot of people who have gone to these courses and they tell me, Kai, this thing is overrated, and so that's why I thought to ask this question.
Yeah, and the thing is, some of the people that market these courses,
yeah,
they don't have the skills.
They don't even have. They are just marketers.
They are just marketers. So they just hire you to not teach it. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have this.
They don't have.
They are just marketers.
Yeah.
And they do an incredible
job marketing.
in their marketing it.
Yeah.
But yes, if you have an interest in IT, for somebody to pay a 6-figure salary, your production.
Yeah.
Your output,
yeah.
You understand, worth it.
Definitely.
You understand. Yeah. So there's a whole lot.
There's a whole lot. It's not a walk in the park. So that's been established. Right. Okay. So, Mr. Uche, I think the next question I'd like to ask you is, AI is becoming the new rave now. AI is becoming an emerging, I would say, why people are excited about it is also an emerging threat especially to employees, people doing jobs, and then especially those in the IT field, right? We hear news of organizations laying off a lot of staff. Amazon is doing that. Even the CRA, I think I heard about how many percentage of, recently and they still have plans to do 1 or 2. Just reducing workforce and IT stepping up. AI now being used to do some of these jobs. So for IT related jobs, what do you think the threat of AI? How severe do you think it is? And you are an IT person. Are you afraid that AI is going to replace you in the next 4 or 5 years?
Yes, because there is a very strong threat. Okay, the AI they build a large language model. Then we begin to look at different segments of human life, and people are developing models.
Right.
AI models.
Models on that.
So people that are doing that of IT, you understand, it's a whole lot of, just because of security now, you could actually copy your data, put it on AI, and you see trends. You understand, analyze it. Even when you do like things like Power BI, it takes some AI features, link them to just give you insights of your data.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
It will not it will reduce the workforce. You understand how? Because you don't need a whole lot of things. And even when you just look at it, when we started IT, you used to have server engineers,
Right.
network people, and all of that. Everything now is cloud-based.
Right.
So those roles are out of it. You understand? I was talking to some students that graduated with computer science degree. You understand? And it's difficult. Why is it difficult? Most websites has been built. Most application has already been built.
Yeah. I mean,
And people are using them.
people are using the there's
You
GoDaddy.
understand?
GoDaddy with how many whatever.
You
3
understand?
minutes you get your website ready.
You understand how? So
Yeah.
so people coming to build new things, you understand, it's not there. And with AI that you can do a whole lot of
A lot of
things.
things,
How?
yeah.
Because the main thing about AI, if you implement AI in your company, at the end of the day, you don't need a SQL developer to get insight in your data. Every other person can write his common English language and get an insight.
An insight, yeah.
So they don't now need you as a trained SQL programmer, you understand,
Right.
to go there. Once your AI has been built,
Yeah.
everybody can access the data. You understand? So it doesn't need your technical skills a lot to now you extract your data, you build your Power BI, you explain to the business. But once you've implemented that AI, somebody could just type, what was the top selling shops
Yeah.
within 3 months. You understand? And it will just pump you the data. It will pump you the visuals. You understand? Because it's AI now. All of those things has been built all on the ground, on the large language model. You can now talk to it as a common English language. You understand that it reduces the number of people you need to hire for the technical skills. So that is how it impacts the job. But of course, the job will still be there because you understand how your business, how your system does business.
Right.
You understand? So AI is dependent on the data. You understand? The data is dependent on how the business, how you understand your domain knowledge of your business, that the data is built like that before the AI will begin to assess it. It will just reduce the number of people that are working in the IT field, but there are still going to be human interactions.
Right.
There.
So if so you as an IT person now, how would you prepare for this whole AI emergence to better position yourself? You know, so people that do analysis, just analysis, they should be aware of, because it'll be easy for AI to do those analysis.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying.
IT has always been a fashion. IT is a fashion.
Right.
You need to grow with the
You
fashion.
need to grow with the fashion, yeah.
When we started, it was simple. Much later, it became data warehouse. We're doing Ralph Kimball and all of that.
Right.
And now we're in the AI.
The AI realm, yeah.
If you look at before, your normal thing was your SQL interface or your Oracle interface. Now we're talking about data bricks, pipelines, all of that. You understand? Those are a new set of skills. You understand? It used to be SQL, but now you're talking about Python, you're talking about Spark, and all of those other technologies.
Yeah.
So for you to be relevant, you need to upskill. immediately you don't have an option.
You don't have an option.
If you don't upskill, you fall out. You understand? That's how IT is.
Yeah.
So you constantly continue to upskill. Now they are hiring data engineers. You understand? Data are no longer the structured data that you used to have. You have unstructured data as a whole lot of them. Like data is coming from every source, Twitter, in every area. You understand? So it's no longer the normal structured query languages. You understand? You now need to start looking at those set of unstructured data, packet files, and begin to plan your skills and begin to move along that line. So that is the only way you can remain relevant. Otherwise, you might need to now find another area.
Another area, yeah. I like the way you put it, that IT is fashion. So the way fashion changes, you move with the trend and all of that. That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. Yeah. That's a good one, Mr. Uche. Thanks for throwing light into some technical stuff you were bringing up. And I'm sure especially the IT guys would appreciate that the more, So, but let's come back to the less technical stuff and get to talk a bit about you as well, right? So I mean, you've been in Canada now for how many years?
4 years now.
4 years. That's still quite fresh. 4 years is still fresh. So you came in 2022. 2022. Wow, that's still quite fresh. So how's Canada been treating you? Apart from the xenophobia in South Africa, would you say you if you were Nigerian, I would have said compare Nigeria, Canada, but this is South Africa, Nigeria. Apart from the xenophobia, would you say you coming to Canada, has it been worth it for you?
For every step of it.
It's been worth it.
There was something that happens in SA that you don't tend to. SA is not really exaggerating, it's quite unsafe. Your head keep processing. When is the next break-in gonna happen in your house?
For real?
For real. You drive into your neighborhood, you are watching the back to just see, is any car following you? And then you come into Canada, that your door can even stay open.
Your door can stay open,
you understand, and you feel that level of security. For me, you don't understand how much your brain is processing information. You know, your dog barks early, you wake up, you look at the window to see somebody that jumped into your house.
Oh, wow.
But Canada, a lot safer. And for the kids, they be able to enjoy their environment. But, they go out.
They can go and play. They can,
and they come back.
They come back.
You are not scared.
Yeah.
You understand. And the quality of their education and Canada is a place that accepts you. I mean, I came in here on a temporary resident, on a work permit, while I was on a study permit. But they paid us child benefit. And they helped us.
Yeah, from day one.
From day one.
Yeah.
You understand? It helped us. Okay, they do it after about 18 months.
You get your
yeah. But it was nice. And even their immigration process is a lot more defined. That you know where you are. I came in 2026. I got my permanent residency in 2025, in less than 3 years. You understand, to navigate that. So Canada for me, yes, they say in my culture, it's only when you marry 2 wives that you understand which one is better.
so you can tell. But that's it. That's a good one, and that's for me really. That's one of the fact that you can plan here is very like the security. Of course, it's also, but the fact that you can plan. I mean, you come in here. You can tell that in this amount of years, I will get this amount of that certainty is there and all of that. Yeah, so that's amazing. So it's good that. So, but have you had a low moment? Have you had any Have you had any low moments since you came into Canada? And if you have, how have you been able to come out of it?
Low moment. No, okay. It wasn't really a low moment, but the only time that I just felt horrible was when I applied for my permanent residence and they canceled the application. They canceled it for the reason why that I submitted my wife's police clearance, which she got in SA in June and only came into Canada in August. And then there was a 2 months gap.
Oh, yes.
And because of that, they canceled the application.
I hope somebody's going to learn from this one. Yeah.
And they canceled the application. And I had to start afresh, express profile, got nominated again by the province, got my provisional
Oh my
nominee,
God,
but
I had to go through all
everything
that
was
again.
cancelled. I had to start it
All over again. Wow.
So I just felt like that was a low moment.
Yeah.
You understand? It actually would have cost me a whole lot because my daughter is in UBC. As an international student, her fees was about 6-something thousand as an international student in Southers. But as a permanent resident, it's about 7,000-8,000.
7,000-8,000.
So
see the difference.
So that would
have been a big issue.
A very, very big issue.
Yeah.
Yes. But outside that, I think
life's been good. It's been good.
Yes, Canada has been.
I can tell in 4 years. That you have done well for yourself in 4 years. Like I didn't think 4 years. I thought you'd been here for more than. But just 4 years, and no, I can tell. So as we wrap up, what would you say has been your what has been those core values, those routines, those beliefs that has kept you going in this country, that has kept your family together, that has helped your career? That because I can tell that. I see you in some places. You're well settled, right? So what are some of those things that have guided your path in these 4 years to be at this point you're at right now?
Not just these 4 years. I think the best thing that happened in my life was I became a Christian.
Woo!
And not just
going
to church, but being a practicing Christian.
Because
there's so much you can do in life.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot more God can do in your life.
Oh, I didn't know you were a pastor.
Yeah.
You missed the team.
So living in SA, with all of those xenophobic things, I think I was one guy came to me and just says, I had access to every transactional data that was done. I knew, I can tell you how you spend your money if you are in my bank. But because of those core values of understanding, there are no shortcuts. You understand? And God protected me.
Right.
A lot of things has happened.
Yeah.
You understand? But at the point, I stopped my contract in APSA. And I didn't have a job for 2 weeks. When my contract was stopped, because I was a consultant then, Barclays bought us and said we were too expensive.
Yeah.
So I left that job. I joined MTN within 2 weeks. And the day I was going for that interview, it just says, as I was just driving into MTN, it says, I will do exceedingly more abundantly, more than you can ever ask or imagine. Went to MTN, did that interview that day, came back to the house around 3 o'clock. I was called to offer me the job. Same thing happened in Canada.
In Canada.
Went for the early interview, finished about 12 o'clock. By 2 o'clock, my phone rang. I was offered the job the next day. I had my contract letter. You need to be what you sow sometimes. It's not what sometimes. Be careful what you do. Because I just thought I was settled in SA.
Right.
I could have done other things.
Right. You could have done some wrong things.
Wrong things
Some
because
wrong things,
I thought I was settled.
How you were settled.
And I just thought, you know what, God, I can take it from here.
Yeah.
But I was thrown into Canada.
To start afresh.
To start afresh.
Yeah.
So one of the things he said, I will guide the future the way I have guided the past.
The past, yeah.
And he did it like that.
Ooh,
so
that's beautiful.
Be consistent. If you're in IT,
it's good.
Just be patient. Do the same thing over and over. He says, show me a man that is diligent in his duties. He shall dine with men.
With kings.
With kings and not with men.
Yeah, yeah.
Just be diligent.
Yeah.
Hang in there.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Get a few people that are within your area of the career you want to pursue. Make friends to them.
Right.
Network.
Right.
You understand? People see through you.
Right.
You understand? And everything will come together. By strength shall no man prevail. Just understand that. It's not about your degree. It's not about your degree. I know I've seen in a life people have PhD, but
they are struggling.
They are struggling.
Yeah.
I've seen some other things, but like do the ones you can do, and God would make the other things right for you.
Oh my God, that's a good way to. That's a good landing point.
Yeah.
That's a good landing point. And you've also used this question to answer. What would you advise if in new immigrant? And it's the same thing. I like the way you landed and the fact that God is the focal point of it all. But apart from that, you talked about diligence.
Yes.
You talked about, just do the right thing. Trust God, be diligent, keep improving on yourself, network, meet people and all of that. So these are good nuggets that I think even new immigrants can learn from. And like you said, sometimes the grace of God is what makes all the difference. It's the same story I have. It's the same story. I've really not struggled with jobs. Even with me, with my wife, it's been, it's God's, and that's also because my foundation is the God factor. So that's a powerful, and I'm really excited. I didn't know that part of you. I didn't know. I'm really excited about that, honestly. Yeah. So I think it's been a good conversation today, and we can wrap it up here. Today we've talked about the IT space. We've also put a caveat out there. For people who are thinking about doing a 30-day course and 60-day course and earn 6 figures in the IT space, well, many times it's not always like that. Well, if it works for anybody, well, luck to you, right? But I used to think, is it? That means this IT thing is like, but it seems that's not how it is. So people be careful. Be careful. Beware of marketers. Beware of people that give you big promises. Yeah. And besides, another thing is you cook your CV, cook it with qualifications you don't have and skills you don't have. You get to the workspace and you are having hypertension. You're having BP, high BP. You can't sleep at night. You are looking for who will help you. Now imagine somebody who cooks his or her CV and gets a senior role, not even a junior role where you are dependent. You get a senior role, you're in big trouble. You will mess yourself up. And the truth is, once you are told to leave an organization and all, how do you want to get reference? It begins to affect even the other jobs you will be applying for. So people should. Correct. I think our people need to be careful. Don't bite more than you can chew. Train yourself, build capacity. Let your capacity rise to the level of your position that you're applying for, so that you don't struggle. So I mean, that's a very good nuggets you've dropped with us for us today, and I hope that somebody out there would have learned a few things. So I think that's a good place to wrap it all up. And I really like the fact that I know your secret now. That's my secret too. And honestly, a lot of my guests that I brought to this platform also have talked about the God factor and how, everything is by the grace of God. And just what I would say to anybody out there who is new or you've been here and it seems as though things are not working out yet, just hang in there. There's hope. Tomorrow is going to be a better day. Just hang in there. Yeah. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
Just be doing the right thing. And, things will click. Things will work out. Yeah. Tomorrow will be a better day. So I think that's a good place to stop this conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Timms, for having this chat with me. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've had a great time watching this conversation, and I hope that you've learned one or two things. So as we always say, please subscribe to this channel. Do share. If you've had an IT job based on a 90 days training or a 60 days training, a 30 days training, and you got an IT job that pays you 6 figures, please send in your comment. Send in your comment. And if you can have a chat with me, let's have a chat so that we can have a part 2 of this conversation. So, but that will be it for now. Keep hanging in there and trust that tomorrow is going to be a better day. Mr. Tim's voice has just been added to our sanctuary of immigrant voices that will echo across time and space. See you next time. This is Echoes of Wellington.
Echoes of stories that are dead. Echo with Wellington.